job if my boss knew she'd fire me. That's fine, the New York Times would beg to hire me. Till then I'd log alone. Blah, 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 blah.
Let me move on to the microeconomic aspects of stimulus. I'm focusing on the so-called economic rescue and not the financial rescue, which, although related, has its own unique set of problems. I have 4 points. The last one is about solutions insofar as they are possible. The first point is that we must remember that the current economic state of affairs was caused by excessively low interest rate policy followed by the Federal Reserve from about mid-2002 through the 3rd quarter of 2006.
Start with housing. The problem is not that house prices fall. Prices do fall and rise. This is the market system. And as previously mentioned, the fact that prices fall is a very useful thing to indicate resources should not be directed into that sector. That's a very important signal we should not suppress. And to fix the housing market, to fix the problems in the housing market, the solution is not to subsidize houses in one way or another. And unfortunately, all the bills we've seen sort of proposed to Congress, I'm afraid to say, by Democrats and Republicans alike, they all end up being a subsidy to the housing sector. Now, the last thing we need in this moment is a subsidy to the housing sector. I think this sector has been subsidized way too long.
The Republicans have got this complicated story about tax cuts, working their way through the economy. Because I'm doing the Rachel Maddow hand wave right now. Businesses don't have any customers, so what? Giving them a tax cut wouldn't do any good. On the other hand, President Obama says, let's get the money out there, spending. Duh, spending. She said, look, and I knew where she was going, and it was great. On the one hand, the Republicans is rocket science, and on the other hand, Obama is duh. And she looked at the camera and knew what she had done. But I think it's right. I think you can divide the debate between rocket science and duh.
What we basically have done at this conference, we've laid out 2 views of the way to get out of this recession. One view involves spending, and that's what the administration has proposed. The other view involves giving money back to households and businesses so that they can find their own way out, and the economy will find its way out as a result of this discovery process. We said, look, there's the New Deal model and there's the Reagan model, the model of 1933 and the model of 1981. We just think the model of 1981 is a much more effective model for the world we live in today than a model which basically was maybe good or indifferent for an economy that's now way gone. The conference, I thought, has been very, very good. Our attendance exceeded our expectations, even our enrollment. I was delighted to see that at the same time that we're holding this conference, ACORN and the AFL-CIO is holding a counter conference here in town, and that's wonderful. I'll have to find out whether, we certainly didn't react to them. Maybe they reacted. I think like everybody, the media is learning about the economy, about what works and what doesn't, various things like that. But I've been overall very pleased by the attention that the media has spent to economic questions. Now, of course, I would rather them spend more attention on our side than on the president's side, and that would be great. Maybe if we can make a stronger case, a more emphatic and data-driven case, then we can actually get that done. I hope so.